Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be talking about the dark side of a situationship and why they can be very dangerous more than you'll ever know. Have you ever been stuck in a situationship? I know. Now, let us dive into some of the reasons why situationships may be very, very detrimental to you and for emotional well-being. Stay tuned. Please subscribe, like, and share. What is a situationship? A situationship is a form of relationship that has no meaning. In other words, a situationship is not if some people classify it as a thing, some people classify it as just a thing. We have just a thing going on. Some people classify it as nothing. Some people might even introduce their partner in a situationship as a friend. So a situationship basically is something that you're doing with someone. It's a romantic kind of relationship that has no meaning. So before you venture into a situationship, here are the 5 reasons why you should maybe have a rethink. Let's get right into it. First, lack of emotional security. In a situationship, the no commitment agreement that you both have, and sometimes there is no agreement at all, can become very, very stressful for you. One moment they act like they're your partner, another moment they don't care. When push comes to shove, you cannot call them. You can't rely on them. They cannot come through for you. You cannot be seen with them. So oftentimes, a situationship is at your own detriment. Would you agree? Let me know right in the comments. The second important factor is unclear expectations. Oftentimes, you have someone who just ring you up and say, hey babe, let's hang out. And then you go clubbing. From clubbing, you go to an Airbnb, and then you have a good time. And then the next morning, before you wake up, they're gone. They needed you. They needed you to feel a space. They needed to feel something. They needed you to come on. They needed you to show off. They needed you to feel like they have something going on. But after that need was met, they left you hanging high and dry. What do you think? Unclear expectations are oftentimes one-sided. It is sometimes seeming like an unrequited loss, so to speak, because oftentimes the person who calls the shot in the situationship actually has the upper hand. So if you're going to be in a situationship, make sure not to invest any form of emotion, or better still, make your pointers clear. Have something like an agreement. After all, every form of relationship that has to be romantic is contractual, even though we base it on love. Emotional burnout is the third on the list. Emotional burnout is when there are too many uncertainties. You don't know where you belong today. You don't know how to categorize what you have. Oftentimes, maybe there's a party coming, or you need someone to talk to, confidant, and you have nobody in your corner. So one day it is all fun and good. Another day there's nothing. You can't call your partner in a situationship because, they are nothing to you, right? So you start to think, you start to worry. And many times, a situationship can become addictive in the sense that many times a lot of people grow up in homes where things are difficult for them. So they are used to difficulties. If a relationship is smooth sailing, they don't like it. You know that flight or fight mode that they're always in, where you have to chase, you have to fight to get something, you have to cry, you have to lament, you have to manipulate, you have to coerce, and things like that. Makes it addictive, because if you are used to that kind of lifestyle, you would sort of be tilted in that direction where you're basically just wanting to be with a person who is inconsistent. That way you know that you also won't have to do so much, right? And before you know it, this person is moving on. Feelings are changing and they're no longer reaching out to you. So it can create an emotional burnout where you are breaking down. You don't know why you're breaking down. You can't explain what is going on with you. You can't fall in love with this person, but you're already developing feelings for them. And before you know it, it just comes crashing. So emotional burnout is one of the things you will experience in a situationship. I hope you will consider it next time you want to get into a situationship. The next on the list is waste of time. Oh my God, I cannot emphasize too much on this one. Like it already implies wasting of time. Time is precious. It is a luxury that we cannot afford to waste. As long as you're alive, that's enough time you've got. So there's no reason for you to go and be wasting your time in a relationship that will yield nothing. It is not for your good. It is not going to help you in any way. The only thing it creates for you is the sexual mileage you will have. Nothing else. And many times, a lot of guys, a lot of girls that always, opt for a situationship, they're very good in bed. So don't get me started. They're very good in bed. So it will be easier for you to just, stick with that kind of situationship because you like the sex. But this is not good for you. It will waste your time. By the end of the day, you realize you have nothing to show for that person you've been hanging out with. And of course, time runs by. So I hope we consider that next time before you get into a situationship. The last, but not the least, is how to exit a situationship and how to gain total control of your life again. So before we go right into that, I'd like for you to please subscribe to my channel. Let's make it a date with me every Thursday so we can have live sessions where we talk about anything at all. And sometimes I can even do cooking videos or even show you some of the things I created in my sewing studio. So let's get right back into the video. Like I said, the last on the list is how to, go back to your life, how to move on, how to exit a situationship. Now, the first thing to do is you have to be emotionally conscious. You emotionally need to check out of that situationship before you actually exit that situationship. It helps you to not feel too much burnout. It helps you to articulate your feelings, understand the pros and cons. These are the things you didn't get from that situationship. So it is a big enough reason for you to check out emotionally before you call things quit. So that way, in case there is any other tempting offer, that same person is calling you again, you already realize why that situationship is not serving you, and for you to get out of there immediately, because it is not going to serve you now. It's not going to serve you in the future. So the best thing for you is to actually do what is right for you. So quit being in situationships. And let me tell you guys, if you are going to be in a relationship, there is nothing wrong with asking the person exactly what they want. And make sure you tell them what they want. If you want a real relationship where it's going to serve a long term, please make it clear, even on the first date. There is nothing like, I don't want to tell him because I might come off as desperate. Nobody is desperate. Your time is very precious. And being in a long-term relationship doesn't always mean you're going to get married to that person. It just means nobody's wasting anybody's time. This way, we both contribute to the relationship, to our own individual growth while we are together. That's just what it means. So there's no reason for you to act like a kid and shy away from your own personal interests just because you don't want to come off as desperate, or because you want to massage the ego of the person you want to date. The person you want to date, remember, is not more valuable than you are. Both of you are precious and valuable. So the two comes together as one. You become a couple, and then life becomes seamless. So there is no reason whatsoever for you to prioritize the interest of your love interest over yours. Always remember, if it doesn't serve you right, it is not going to serve you any better. So check out of a situationship today and find someone or find something that works for you. And then you will begin to enjoy life in relationship. There will be no tears of, oh, how I told you so, or tears of, oh my God, I can't believe I wasted my time with that person. So let's invest rightly in our lives in 2025 and make it, a seamless life and a beautiful journey for us all. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. Until I come your way again next time, Don't say I did nothing for you. Ciao, Bellas.